Yes, up everybody, Stamp5 here bringing you guys my last pickups video for the year of 2019. Today I'm going to be showing you guys some stuff that I got either for Christmas or just acquired during the month of December. So without further ado, it's going to go ahead and slide into this. The first game on the list is actually my final Xbox 360 game. I believe I said that before in like one of my previous videos, like, oh man, I'm finally done collecting for the 360. I have every 360 game I want. Actually, it turns out I misquoted myself. There was one final Xbox 360 game that I had on my list that I wanted for a while. I've like forgotten about it until a few months back. It got announced for backwards compatibility for the Xbox One. I'm like, oh crap, this is like that one other game I've had my eye on throughout the years that I've been wanting to pick up for a while because it seemed really interesting and I heard people say good stuff about it, and I completely slipped my mind. But now, it was one of the games we got for Christmas, and now I finally do have this game. So this is truly the last Xbox 360 game that I needed, that I wanted. So after this, I now officially have pretty much every Xbox 360 game I want at this point. That game being Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie. I've seen this game before, like a long time. I think it was kind of like around the launch of the 360. This is a pretty old game. Like I said, I think it was around the launch. It says play as man, play as Kong. Embark on an epic adventure created in collaboration with Academy Award-winning director Peter Jackson and based on the Universal Pictures film. Survive as Jack in a world crawling with predators and live the legend as Kong. Yeah, this game seems pretty interesting. I've always seen gameplay and stuff from it here and there about it. I first found out about this game, or first saw like how this game played and all that stuff. If anybody ever remembers this old show called Cheat that came on the G4 network, many years ago. I think that was the first time I saw anything about this game, was where like the host of the show, Kristen Holt, covered this game and talked about it and stuff. I thought this game looked really cool. So ever since then, which was like, that was back in like, when this game came out in like, what, 2006 or 7? I don't know if it has the date on here. The copyright thing says 2005, but yeah, it's pretty much a 2006, 7, maybe, around that era type of game. It was still a relatively early 360 game. But ever since then, I've always wanted this game. And I always hear that the 360 version is pretty much the best version of this game to play. This is hard to find. This, well, not hard, but it was pretty tough to find this game. For not like it's not incredibly expensive, but it's hard to find it for like really cheap like it used to. Because like I said, I forgot about this game, so I'm not sure how much it used to cost before it got announced for backwards compatibility, but the backwards compatibility on Xbox One definitely made this go up a little bit more. I've seen like the original Xbox version of this game, the PS2 version, the GameCube version, pretty much like most of the versions except for the 360 version. That was always hard for me to like come by and find, but luckily I do finally have it. What's great about it is this is complete, which is always a nice score. And here's the disc. The disc looks really good too. There's like no scratches or anything on it. Yeah, this disc is about mint, which is freaking awesome. I always love when the discs are in great condition like that. It's always good. Usually don't have to worry about anything going wrong for the most part. And the manual was in really good condition too. It's about mint too, except for like those little like, scratched or whatever on the side right there. But other than that, this manual is about in mint condition as well. But yeah, like I said, I found out about this game pretty much from G4 and just been wanting to play it ever since then. Just never got around to it. Never thought about it. Now I've been seeing people, fairly recently just come across people making videos talking about this game and reviewing it and stuff, saying that it's really good. Apparently it's like a it's a movie-based game, and it's actually supposed to be pretty good. Sometimes movie-based games aren't all that good, but apparently this one was interesting. I just like how the gameplay and stuff and how it looked and all that. I'm like, I really would like to play this, specifically the Xbox version, because they always say the Xbox 360 version is the best version of the game to play. So that's cool. So I'm happy that I finally now own this. I always liked that gun in video games, the machine gun, the old style machine gun with the barrel. That was always a cool gun. From Bioshock has a weapon like that in it too, and I always liked. You know, different moves when you get to the parts you play as Kong himself, which is pretty cool. Cars. I've seen a little bit of the movie too, like around when the movie came out. It's been like a really long time. I haven't seen it since then, but I've seen some of the movie too. I had no idea there was a mobile game version of it. Hey, y'all remember mobile games were like this? Y'all remember when this used to be mobile games? Yeah, I had no idea there was a you probably can't even get this or play it anymore, so it's probably kind of lost. I wonder how it was, but yeah, I didn't know there was a mobile game for it. That's pretty cool. That reminds me of like that Ratchet and Clank going mobile game. Like the one mobile game from that era I always wanted to play but never did. But whatever. Yes, now I can finally officially say that, you know, this is the last Xbox 360 game I need. I won't need to buy any more Xbox 360 games at this point, or at least I should. I'm pretty confident for the most part. I have everything I want for the 360 now, so now I'm officially done with that, which feels great. Now it's got to finish, you know, the original Xbox. Which, speaking of original Xbox, next up I got some original Xbox games to show y'all. Okay, so first up, when it comes to the original Xbox games, is this ToeJam and Earl 3 Mission to Earth. I, heard barely seen a little bit about this game like a long time ago. I never really followed it like that all that much. I've been aware of the ToeJam and Earl games ever since, like, I saw the copy of ToeJam and Earl 2 Panic on Funkotron on the Genesis that I never had a Genesis, so I didn't never got to play, but I always saw like the cartridge and stuff for that game up there, and always kind of was, low key wondering what ToeJam and Earl was like. And then, the new ToeJam and Earl came out, and that you guys have seen, that I have in my collection. I've played it and platinumed it and stuff. Wish I could have recorded a video of me getting the platinum for that too, but I don't think I was recording at the time. But I do have the platinum in ToeJam and Earl Back in the Groove on PS4, so that's got me kind of, interested in some of the older ToeJam and Earl games like this one. I've like I said, seen it, but never played it. Got it sealed too, which is pretty freaking amazing. And prepare to get all funked up. Earth, a planet in desperate need of funkification. Your mission: explore sprawling environments, master the art of funk fu fighting, collect gifts, grab power-ups, defeat the dreaded anti-funk, and generally get down with your bad self in an off-the-wall adventure unlike anything you've experienced before. Feel the funk, baby. But yeah, this playing the new ToeJam and Earl on PS4 was kind of piqued my interest in like the ToeJam and Earl games. So I finally was like, hey, this is the game that only ever came out on the original Xbox, so I never played it because I never had an original Xbox back then. So I'm experiencing this game's the system's library for the first time, pretty much. So I put this on the list of original Xbox games I was wanting to get, so I can finally try this out and see what it's like. So I mean, it looks like it plays pretty similarly to the typical ToeJam and Earl formula, so this time it's in 3D. So yeah, I can't wait till whenever I eventually get around to this at some point, but at least I have it, so that way when I am ready to play it, it'll be here. Next up for the original Xbox is Otogi 2. If you guys remember one of my previous pickups videos, I got the first Otogi, so now I have the sequel that's also sealed. So I have both Otogi games, so that's pretty awesome. So if I enjoy the first one, I can just go right to the second one whenever I'm ready. So I'm happy to have both of these that way in case I do enjoy it. Enjoy the first one, I can go ahead and go straight to the second if I feel like. This is another game I was happy to knock off the list finally. Rise, Unite, Destroy. Critically acclaimed visual masterpiece. Returns to 6 playable warriors. Driven by duty and honor. Raiko, the famed undead warrior from Otogi Myth of Demons, returns to the demon-infested city. But this time he is not alone. 5 masterful warriors battle alongside him with brilliant magic and unearthly powers to defeat the demons once and for all. So yeah, that's pretty much, I guess, takes place directly after the first one. So I'm glad I finally have both of these games now, so I can just go right to one when I finish the other. And lastly, for the original Xbox side of things, is I got my hands on Outrun 2, which is I'm pretty excited about. I got Outrun 2 and not Coast to Coast because Coast to Coast is just way too like expensive. I'd rather just have the regular Outrun 2. Because from what research I've done, Outrun Coast to Coast comes with like a little bit of extra like content. Like I think it said like extra tracks to race on and maybe like a few other small extras, but it's not really worth the price that it goes for online. So I'm like, you know what, freak that. I'll be fine. I'll be completely fine if I can just get Outrun 2, just a regular Outrun 2. I'll be totally fine with this. It's sealed as well. So yeah, I got just a regular Outrun 2, and I'm perfectly okay with that. I prefer that. This doesn't cost as much as Coast to Coast, which is good. But yeah, I like arcade racing games. I don't play a whole lot of them lately, but I have played some that are like, fun. So I do like arcade racing more than simulation, heavy simulation type stuff. And this Outrun game always looked pretty interesting and cool to me. I never really played any of the other Outrun games before, but I hear this one's good, so I picked this up. But yeah, I'm happy I did. Just same as every other game I have. Eventually, at some point, I will get around to playing this and trying it out. So whenever that happens, at least I'll already have it, before it runs the risk of getting, outrageously expensive, because Coast to Coast is already expensive. Next up is a PS3 game I got from the store because they were doing a sale where you could get like 15-20% off, something like that. A sale that had like earlier in the month of December. I think it was during like the Black Friday deals and all that stuff. But now I got a PS3 game. I haven't picked up a PS3 game in a while, and that is Hunted: The Demon's Forge. This is one that I've had on my list of PS3 games for a while. Descend into Darkness. Hunted is a fantasy action game that delivers a fresh take on the classic dungeon crawl with the intensity of a modern day shooter. As Kadak or Ilara fight your way through besieged towns and sprawling dungeons as you follow a trail of corruption and deceit. Alone or with a friend, Hunted encourages co-op play as you work to untangle the mystery of the Demon's Forge. Yeah, I've seen like gameplay of this a while ago. I can't remember exactly when, but I think it was when I vaguely kind of remember when this game like came out. Just like saw it, thought it looked pretty cool, and then when I was doing research for some PS3 games to get, I came across this again and watched some gameplay and thought it looked pretty cool. So I figured I'd get it. This is complete as well, which is awesome. Also, this is something I've never seen before. When I opened it to look at it, it was like, when I first opened it, I'm like, dude, did they give me 2 manuals? Because I just had it shipped here. I'm like, why did they give me 2 manuals? But then when I looked into it, it's like one manual is in a different language, as you can see. Like this whole other manual is in a different language. Then the other manual is the same manual, but this time it's in English. You can see everything's in English in this manual, and then the other one is, oh god. And then the other one's in a different language. I've never seen that before. Usually when they have the different language and stuff, they just put it in the same manual. Just have like the first half will be English and the other half be like Spanish or something. But I've never seen them have I've never seen a game before have 2 different manuals for the for 2 different languages. I don't know why they did it like that, but oh well. Yeah, this is for a little thing for Skyrim and Rage. This just lets you know how old this game is. The game came out like 2011. Probably 20. Yeah, I'd say about 2011 is when this game came out. Since advertising those two games also came out 2011. But yeah, it's been a while since I've picked up any PS3 games, so I'm actually looking forward to going back to collecting some PS3 games. Once I finish the original Xbox next, which is, I'm pretty close to that with all these recent original Xbox games I got. I'm narrowing my little list down even more, so I'm this close to getting like the rest of the original Xbox games I want. And then once I finish that, I want to go back to PS3 and get a couple more PS3 games. Luckily, I don't have like a whole lot of PS3 games left to get. Yeah, the disc on this looks really good too. I love it when the disc looks great. But yeah, luckily I don't have like a whole bunch of PS3 games left to get, just a little handful. So I would really like to do that before the PlayStation 5 comes out, just in case that's backwards compatible with everything like they say it is. Might make PS3 games go up in price a little bit more, so now would be like the absolute perfect time to buy PS3 games while they're still cheap. So that's exactly what I plan on doing. Just, when I finish the original Xbox, just move straight to the PS3 and get what little PS3 games I want now while they're still really, really cheap, which most of them are. Now I'm gonna end the video off with like a couple of PS4 games that I also got. One of the first PS4 games I got being I finally got Hideo Kojima game presents Norman Reedus and that funky fetus. Finally got Death Stranding. Been hearing a lot about this. I've never really played Kojima's games, and I've always been aware of them. I've always wanted to play like Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. That was always like one of his games that really caught my eye, but I just haven't gotten around to playing that yet. Even though I do own the Metal Gear Solid collection on the PlayStation 3, I got to get around to doing that one of these days. But this is going to be like the first Kojima game I really actually played, so that's pretty cool. I always like Kojima's like crazy ideas and how he does stuff in his games and all that. Like one of the Metal Gear Solid games where the character, I think it's Psycho Mantis, can read your memory card on like the PS2 or something like that. That was always cool. And just like the little weird, strange ideas he has with his games and stuff. I actually like that. I like the creativity and the weird stuff he does. He's not afraid to do strange things like that, and I really like that. I like the creativity he has and the creativity he adds to gaming and stuff. So I was really been wanting to experience his stuff, So I finally got Death Stranding, so I'm going to be starting this up at some point. Not anytime soon right now, because I have some other games I was wanting to get through at some point, but probably sometime at some point in the new year, I'm definitely going to start this up and see what it's about. Now, I've watched a little bit of gameplay and streams of this. I'm trying not to watch too much so I don't spoil anything, whatever, but for what what little bit I've checked out from streams and stuff, it looks pretty interesting, so I can't wait to try it out myself and, experience it for myself. Last PS4 game I got on my list is I finally got A Plague Tale Innocence. I remember seeing this game, I think it was E3 or one of the other conferences. It came out. This game didn't really get like a whole lot of buzz or talk about it around like when the trailer for it first came out, which I think was like E3 or something. Like I have to think about it, remember when exactly, but at some point, after like the big hype shows at E3, I think it kind of, like a day or so after that, I came across this trailer for this Plague Tale game. There wasn't really a whole lot of people talking about it. Like at the time, I heard no one else mention it except, like one other person I saw made a video talking about it, and that was kind of how I found out about it. I'm like, dude, this Plague Tale game looks like it might be pretty interesting. I wonder why not a lot of people are talking about it. And then, fast forward to the game coming out, and now we got a lot of people saying that this game was a sleeper and it's supposed to be really good. And, they say if you haven't played it by now, you should play it. Which I'm glad it's doing, it did well and stuff, because I was interested and I was going to pick this up at some point myself anyway, because it looked interesting when I saw the gameplay trailer and stuff that they showed for it. So I'm glad that, it's supposed to be a sleeper and it's supposed to be a really good game. So makes me even more excited to play it. But yeah, Plague Tale Innocence. Follow the grim tale of young Amicia, I'm not sure, and her little brother Hugo in a heart-rending journey through the darkest hours of history. Hunted by Inquisition soldiers and surrounded by unstoppable swarms of rats, Misha and Hugo will come to trust each other, fighting to find purpose of this unforgiving world. Yeah, ever since, I've been hearing people say this game is good, I'm like, yeah, I definitely cannot wait to get my hands on a Plague Tale and play it. So I've been like avoiding, ever since like the game came out, pretty much I've just been avoiding, anyone playing or talking about the game because I really wanted to experience myself. So the only thing I know about this was like the initial trailer I saw about this game before it first came out. But yeah, I definitely cannot wait to get around to playing this after hearing how good it's supposed to be. Okay, and the final thing in this video, it's not necessarily it's not a game, but it is kind of like video game related, but it's still pretty interesting. Is this medieval comic? I pre-ordered this a while ago. Like I think they had this up for pre-order in October, like around before the medieval game itself came out. So I'm like, cool. This comic's supposed to be like the little. I think it's supposed to tell stuff that happened like a little bit before medieval stars or something like that. I haven't read through it myself yet, but I am glad I have it. So, one of these days I'm gonna sit down and get around to reading this. So I just kind of like skim through the pages a little bit, kind of like this, just seeing what it looks like. I like the art for it. The art for this comic looks really cool. I don't own or read a whole lot of comics, but if they have, something interesting like this comes along, yeah, I'll get it. So, I enjoyed the medieval remake. I hope at some point, like I said in my video, to get around to remaking too. But, yeah, so now that I've played the first medieval game, I can read through this at some point, which would be pretty nice. But yeah, I'm not going to look through this too much. I don't want to spoil it, because, I got to read it myself and all that stuff. But, yeah, they had this up for pre-order in October, which is when I pre-ordered it, but they got they delayed it a couple times, which was fine. Just get it whenever it comes out, and it came out earlier this month. It finally got here, so I'm like, sweet. Now you just gotta find the time to sit down and read through it. But yeah, I'm happy I have this. We can really get into the medieval series, since I didn't when it first came out. Because that's pretty much all the games and stuff I got for, either for Christmas or just through the month, throughout the month of December. But that's pretty much the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys had a great Christmas and happy holidays, and got everything you guys had asked for or wanted for Christmas and all that. Hope you guys have a good New Year. And I'll start that file, and I'm out. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Peace.